I really want to get into a topic that a lot of people do not talk about. The mind is a terrible thing to lose, and you should never want to lose it. Confide in a trusted individual. You can't trust everybody with everything that you gotta say. Back y'all up a little bit. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lady Mel, and I'm back with another video today. You guys, today, like, I really want to get into a topic that a lot of people do not talk about, like, really do not talk about. I want to get into that topic. Not a lot of people do not talk about this topic because they are not as comfortable to talk about this topic. Some people might say this topic needs to be brought up more within certain cultures, certain races and so forth compared to others. But I feel like everybody needs to take heed to some of the information I'm about to talk about here today. So as you guys can see by the title of my video, you guys, it is October 2020. October is considered the month of mental health awareness, right? Mental health awareness. So I just want to, you know, touch base on that a little bit. So I'm gonna get straight to that and talk about it. You guys make sure, please subscribe to my channel. You know, I don't want you guys to miss anything. I don't want you guys to be left behind, unless you want to get left behind and binge watch. That's fine with me too, you know. So whatever floats your boat. But yes, like this video, comment down below, tell a friend to tell a friend that you living with Lady Mel, so they should be living too. And also share this video, definitely share it out. So I just want to get into a few things, you guys. As a mental health professional myself, I wanted to speak on this. I wanted to touch base on the mental health aspect of things, you know. So as it is mental health awareness month, I just want to give, you know, talk about coping skills, you guys. Hopefully I can touch somebody out there that, you know, deals with, you know, a mental health disorder, that just understand that you are not defined as that mental health disorder. So the first disorder I will be talking about are mood disorder. Mood disorders are basically like bipolar disorder, depression, and so forth. So for instance, a couple coping skills that you could use for those who have been diagnosed with probably major depressive disorder and so forth. You can get creative, you know, use your creativity as your fuel to get to where you need to go, to help you get out of those times that you experience your depression and so forth. Also, work on getting a better sleep schedule. We all need ample amount of sleeps, and as for me, I know myself, sometimes I don't get the amount of sleep that I need every night. I've been getting it a little better lately, but you know, sleep is important, you guys. Our body needs rest, most definitely. Boost your self-esteem, you guys. You gotta feel good about yourself. For anybody else to feel good about you, not necessarily. People probably feel good about you when you don't even feel good about yourself, but you got to boost your self-esteem. Okay, treat yourself always. That's the number one thing throughout life. I will treat myself before anybody else can treat me. Like, I'm going to treat myself. Keep a journal, you know, track your moods, track your feelings that you're going through, list them down, you know, keep a journal. For like a disorder like bipolar, try to limit stress. Do not put yourself up to a lot of commitments if you know you cannot handle it. It's easy to say yes, sometimes it's harder to say no, but no, there's nothing wrong with saying no. So, you know, try to limit stress in any situation. Exercise, get active. Fix your eating habits, okay? Fix your eating habits. There's a connection between food and mood. So, you know, research that and the things that you're eating to see how that's affecting, you know, what you have going on. Laugh, y'all. Laughter is amazing. Like, I love to laugh. Like, I'm a goofy person. Give me a joke, laugh. Just laugh at anything that you could do. If you could find laughter at anything. Even if you don't want to laugh with other people, watch a comedy or something. Just laugh at a movie. Something, laugh. Go to therapy. Therapy is like the biggest one, but you know what, I'm just gonna get into that at the end. Okay, next I'm gonna touch base on anxiety disorders. People that deal with anxiety. Some of us do not know that we have anxiety in us until you actually are put into a situation you're like, oh my gosh, you know, I really am an anxious person. So for those of you know that deal with anxiety, try to develop a schedule for yourself. Some people will say, I can't do a schedule because it's not always going to work out. Not saying there will be changes, okay? It's changes in everything. So try to develop a schedule. If you got to make little changes here and there, then so be it. Just understand, you know, try to make a schedule for you to keep your stuff together, because you can be all over the place. You know, be patient with yourself. If you deal with anxiety, just understand, be patient with yourself, okay? Just be really patient. Play a game. I like playing crossword puzzles personally, you guys. I have that on my phone. I play solitaire, like stuff like that. I love playing crossword puzzles. But yeah, try to play a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be on your phone. Buy a board game, a whole board game that you probably used to like. And when you feel like you're getting anxious or something and you feel like that can calm you down, pull that game out. If there's somebody that can play with you in the moment, be like, come on, just play me one round or something. Just help me get through this. Counting to 10. If you feel like you're an anxious person, go ahead and calm down wherever in the moment that you are. Count to 10 and relax yourself. It might work for some, it might not work for others. You know, so, and if you're an anxious person, just understanding you cannot control everything. Don't put all that load on you. You cannot control anything but your behaviors, your moods, your action, your words, and etc. to that. You cannot control other people and so forth. So just understanding that. The next thing I'm gonna touch on is eating disorders. Eating disorders. So a couple coping skills to help people that are dealing with eating disorders is to identify the way you speak to yourself. That's identify the way you speak to yourself when it comes to food. Identify the way that you speak to yourself when you're talking about your body. Just make sure you understand the way you are talking to yourself. That's the only way you're going to start that change. To know the negative things you are saying in order to change them to positive. Notice meal times. This is kind of going hand in hand, kind of with meal prepping to help you. It will take time. Nothing happens overnight. But noticing meal times that are coming up, make sure that you are just understanding certain times that you're supposed to eat, to limit the amount of times that you are eating throughout the day. Excuse me, I was just checking my time. Not trying to keep you guys here long, but thank you for coming. Also, get active. That's once again exercising. Find a hobby. Find something that you love doing in the moment. If you whatsoever, just find a hobby. Use positive self-affirmations. What I mean by that, let yourself know. Before anybody else can let you know, let yourself know you are worthy. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Ladies that don't feel like, you know, anything like that. Ladies or men too. If you don't feel beautiful, let yourself know I am beautiful. Use I statements and mean them. If you gotta look in the mirror and look at yourself directly and use positive self-affirmations, do that. It's nothing. Don't ever think anything is crazy. It's not crazy. So if you got to stand in the mirror and look at yourself and say, I am beautiful, or if you got to call yourself by your first name, then you say that and you make sure you mean that, and you make sure you're listening to that. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about trauma related disorders. Okay. That's like PTSD, post-traumatic. Y'all, oh my God. I can't believe I just did that, but y'all know what I mean. Post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm so sorry. I just had a brain fart and I cannot do that. Like, I learned too much about this. But y'all, for anybody that deals with trauma-related disorders, you can try stuff like relaxation techniques. Like, some people will use meditation. That'll work for them. Yoga. Relaxing could be just working on a better sleep schedule. Period. Just doing that, okay? Spend time with positive people. I don't know how to break that down for y'all. What you surround yourself around is who you tend to become, in all honesty, you guys. Surround yourself with positive people that mean nothing but good, okay? Confide in a trusted individual. You can't trust everybody with everything that you gotta say, and that's why a lot of people don't talk. So you have to confide in a trusted individual. It may not be your mom. It may not be your dad. It may not be somebody part of your family. It may not be your best friend. It may not be your spouse or so forth. Just find that person who you can confide in, and that's fine. If it's not the person that's closest to you, that is fine. Find the person that you can confide in. Also, don't forget to love yourself. That's a big thing to me. And if you haven't seen my self-love video, when you're done with this video, go ahead and check it out. Also, understanding that there will be changes. That's the only thing that is consistent in life, you guys. Changes, I believe. There's a lot of things that can be consistent, but that is really consistent. Change is consistent. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is personality disorders. You can coping skills for having personality disorders. You can have a self-care box, the box that you run to when you know you're going through one of those episodes and you're like, okay, I know these are effective self-care stuff that has worked for me, so let me go straight to that box because I know it will help me calm down in this moment. Carry a mood diary, a journal. That may help. Get active once again, or exercise. Talk to somebody, once again, a trusted individual, of course. And also for the ones that are spiritual, praying may help you. So also practicing that. Practice becoming more of a prayer warrior just to help yourself with that. This last thing I'm just going to touch base on right here is just an all around completion to every disorder that I did pinpoint here in this video. Talking to somebody, a trusted individual, is a big one. Getting involved within the community. You might find a support group that you can actually get relations to people that are going through the same thing that you're going through, and understanding or finding tips from them, like, how did you get through this moment? I cannot get through this. So get involved. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be ashamed. Learning your triggers, understanding your trigger and knowing what triggers you to get into your episodes. That's a big thing. Understanding and definitely knowing your triggers. Sometimes avoiding alcohol, drugs, and caffeine can help, because some of those stuff can make your symptoms worse. And also accepting who you are. You cannot not accept who you are and just going about life thinking it's okay. Accepting who you are is like kind of the very first step, just so you can start positively changing things around for yourself. So you guys, I'm big on mental health. You guys, take care of yourselves with the season coming up. Love on yourself and love on those who love on you. I want to thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. And the mind is a terrible thing to lose, and you should never want to lose that, okay? And I will see you guys in another one.